this is Gene Thorpe, Little Red Rooster TV, and today I'm with Michael Hansen. Mike Hansen and I went to high school, I think maybe the last year of junior high school, and all the way through high school we played in bands. And then we were in a band called the Persuaders in 1965 at the Teenage Fair. And we're talking about how we acquired some of our instruments. So Mike, why don't you tell us about your bass?
Well, the bass, we got it from a friend of ours in Marysville. Anyways, we got it, traded it for a body off of an old car. And I had to take it home and strip it down and paint it a different color and never asked many questions about it. I have no idea where the bass went at this point.
Oh, you don't? Okay, that's
I don't
really
know what happened to it. I think I traded it for a guitar.
Oh, you might have done that, yeah.
But I don't remember exactly what happened at that point.
Wow.
You know, so.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about how we, first got into the band. I think what we did was, this is the way I remember it. And, sometimes I go through these interviews with old friends and their perspective, their memories are so different.
Yeah.
It's sort of like you go around the room. And so anyway, here's my memory of it. You and I and John Holloway used to hang around quite a bit, right?
All the time.
All the time. But we also hung around with Buddy Bagdasarian. Remember Buddy Bagdasarian?
Oh yeah, Buddy, yeah.
Okay, so I remember us getting together with Buddy when we were pretty young, trying to play guitars, and just being in, hanging out. And so that led to, this is what I remember, to us, going up, hanging around with Drew and all those guys up there in Yuba City, Marysville with Babe Ruth and Johnny Holloway driving up there at 2 o'clock in the morning and going to all those shows and all that. And then we started contacting people about playing. And I remember that we met the Ripples. Now, do you remember it that way? Why don't you give me your version of it?
I don't remember when we met them. But I know we were going to start a band, and then I don't know how we connected with them.
Well, I think it was through going to like Raiders Music, and
oh yeah, because
how
that was down
on the
down
bulletin
the street.
boards,
Yeah,
they would have guitar player available or whatever. And I think we went over there. This is how I remember it. Johnny and you and I went over, and Johnny was going to play the drums. Johnny Holloway was going to play the drums. Actually, did. I had a Slingerland set at that time, and but I wanted to sing, and so you got the bass through Drew and those guys. And then we met the Ripples, and I remember with Randy, Dennis, Willis, and what was the mom's name?
Wow.
But they were really nice. I still stay in touch with Randy.
Oh, do you? Where's he at?
On Facebook. He lives back in West Virginia somewhere.
Okay.
And I remember one year shortly after that, we went out and picked tomatoes so we could buy a Magnetone amp and a Gretsch guitar for
I remember that, yeah.
and PA
and a
system.
big speaker. A big metal speaker from that Army surplus store.
And then
I
later
think we got two of them.
Yeah, then later we bought another one. Yeah, and that was and your mom, this is what I remember, bought us a 664 electric voice microphone and a McGowan, or was it a Bogan?
It was a Bogan PA.
PA.
Yeah.
And so we had the state-of-the-art, we had these horns that were round, big round things like this. We put it in a great big case that weighed a bunch of weight, which didn't do anything for the sound. And then we started our little career in the band.
Still sounded like a bell.
Yeah, it sounded like the races.
Yeah, it was just, there was just no bass response at all.
But it was loud.
It was loud, yeah, that's all it really sounded. And back then, the guitar amps, I think I was playing bass through a Magnetone.
Yeah, at one point, I think we were playing out of a small no brand and a Magnetone that we got from Academy Organ Piano Center. And then, so we played the bass and the lead guitar, and then the rhythm guitar came out of another amp, and then we played out of the Bogan.
Right, that sounds about right.
And then I remember you got a Standell.
Yeah.
Because really, that was one of the very first transistor amps.
Yeah, I think there might have been 10 watts.
All right.
Although I remember we went down to a music store in Oakland, and we could have got one of those amp amps. You took it out and you flipped it up, the tubes were
Yes,
there.
yes.
And I think it was $100 more, and we couldn't pull it.
Couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, so we just.
That's great. Yeah, that was Leo's music. And
Yeah.
those were the good days, man. I'll tell you, that was so much fun. When we always went everywhere in Johnny Holloway's Volkswagen.
Pretty much. Well, easily.
Possibly.
Do you ever remember going to Tijuana?
Yeah, I remember going to Tijuana.
You remember leaving?
No. I remember being so scared that we were going to be in horrible trouble. So I think we said we were friends of the Marines. Because you were a surfer, right? Down
Yeah.
there. So tell me about your surf career.
Well, it started, when I was about 12. The old man died, so I got a surfboard and started surfing. And then I surfed until we moved up to Sacramento. I didn't want to move, but I didn't have a choice. And then didn't surf much after that. You and I and Holloway went down to Huntington Beach one time on the board,
we
and I
did.
surfed that day for a while, but I had such a bad hangover. Whatever we did the night before.
We used to pull all-nighters all the time. It was very interesting.
Well, sometimes they start on Friday and they didn't end until Tuesday. We were still in high school. So, but we missed quite a bit of high school.
Yeah, I think that I figured it out. I might have made 45 days of high school.
I remember
the
that
senior
they
year.
told me that, 1 or 2 more days and I wasn't going to graduate.
Right, and they told me they were graduating me to get me the hell out of here.
Yeah.
We certainly did. So I wonder whatever happened to Johnny Holloway. And anyway, going a little bit further, I remember that band played at the Sacramento Teenage Fair in 1965, and
Right, I
it was
remember,
really
yeah.
fun. I remember it was just a fun time. I think we were down there several days in a row on the same stage.
Mhm.
We got to play out of brand new Fender amps and
Oh, it was
all
nice,
that
yeah.
stuff. And real nice PA. That was
Yeah, we
really
didn't know what to do with it.
Yep. No, all we had to do was
I think we came in like 3rd or 4th, something like that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And I remember my favorite song of the band, or the favorite songs were the early Rolling Stones. What did you like? What do you remember? The Byrds, Rolling Stones?
Well, the Rolling Stones, Satisfaction, I think we did pretty well. One of those songs.
Yep.
It's so long, yeah.
So if anybody's out there, Dennis Duggar, if you're out there, or Randy Ripple, it'd be really fun to get
Or
on
John Holloway.
or
We still
John
like to run
Holloway.
Holloway now.
If we could get on a Zoom call, we'd be able to, fill in your version of the story. Anyway, so this is Gene Thorpe and Mike Hansen from the Persuaders, 1965 band, signing out.